is the goddess Lilith. Lilith. Her original origin is from Ethiopia, Cush. And this was a pre-dynastic goddess. Then she shows up in Samaria, and then on into the Hebrew stories of Lilith, the one that was cast out. But she's, but they got her in Samaria. But I want to show you this. I want to show you this and show you something that would be historical now. And I'm going to show you this to give you this specific thing on who is Lilith. This is Lilith, first wife of Adam that didn't want to lay down with Adam. She's equivalent to the goddess Sekhmet in Egypt. Because Sekhmet is also one of the older triads of the Great Mother before, in the dynastic, she becomes wife of Ptah. She exists prior to that. The Sphinx tell you that also. But also the great, also Tara, all these would be these ancient primordial mothers. But Lilith is one that didn't want to lay down with Adam, so she got the hell on back up into heaven, which means, in so many words, she made sure that she didn't incarnate into the physical. She left prior to that actually happening, where you incarnated into the physical. So she was a threat because it means that she was very powerful because she wasn't restricted with a physical body. So she's called a night witch or the night hag or the night demon, whereas she used to come and steal men's virility and do things with them sexually, but she was also a child killer. So she wasn't a child killer in the aspect of something negative, but they was talking about when people didn't deserve certain children to come down, she would come and take them. But what it really meant with her when they were talking about the child killer, they wasn't talking about the child killing after it got here. Although they used to put these talismans in the cribs to ward off infant death syndrome, which is a spiritual thing. Because some of these, let me give you an example. One of the sisters named Delilah in Philly, very conscious sister, had me come to Philly all of the 90s. She said she had a child, I think in 87, a little boy. She got all girls. And she got all girls. And she had a little boy in 87, and it only stayed here a week. So it wasn't until she was well into her consciousness and well into the magical, esoteric part of her training that she got back in touch with the child. And she asked, why did he leave? He said, shit, that's all I was supposed to be down there for. I came for a week. There is no time limit on how much time you're supposed to go down there. See, we keep thinking that death is a certain thing. Some people are supposed to come a week. Some people supposed to come 70 years. Some people supposed to come to 15 years. Okay. He said, my time, I got down there for a week, and that's the only time I was supposed to be down there. So, in so many words, hey, that was it. What you tripping about? You see what I'm saying? So, Lilith is one that, it goes the story that in the patriarchal world, men was using sex as a way to dominate women in this particular way. They would come in and say, well, look, I got one over you. I can make you pregnant and slow down your process and keep you on lockdown. You see what I'm saying? Especially when, so in order to balance it, Lilith, they say, is the menstrual cycle that was used as an early form of birth control when a woman didn't want this asshole's child. We just forgot the process. But she had a mechanism to say, no, you ain't right. You tripping. Bam. You see, and that was a part of her freedom. And so they call that the whole Lilith thing. You can get that whole aspect of that in a book called Vistas of the Dark Moon. Vistas of the Dark Moon. That's the name. I can't think of the name of it, but you only need the title. And they go into that whole scenario. Now they're getting it from a book called The Black Goddess and the Unseen Real by Peter Redgrove. And by Peter Redgrove. who is very hard to get in the United States. They keep it out of circulation. It's too much on the mysteries of the black woman. It's called The Black Goddess and the Unseen Real. So if you get on the internet and they charge you $80, you might get one for $50, you might get one for $20, but you might get one for $80. And as time go on and people snatch them up, if they say $80, pay the damn $80. You see what I'm saying? It's called The Black Goddess and the Unseen Real by Peter Redgrove. Unseen Real, like real life. Black Goddess and the Unseen Real by Peter Redgrove.